Hey, it's Perry here. I'm coming to you from Rotorua. Have a little pan. How beautiful it is, lakeside home. And I'm here with Eric Gillian. He's actually from Dunedin, New Zealand. Woo! And what we're doing is we're talking about the ergonomics of doing ground floor windows with water fed. So storefronts, just anyway, regular ground floor like this. And because all of my experience is actually working at heights and extreme heights, my water fed experience. So the reach it technique, I said, let's try that. So let me show you the reach it technique, and then Eric is going to show you like ergonomics, because he does things like Taichi and flexibility and things like that. So it's going to be amazing to watch how we do it differently, and then how much better Eric's way is than our work at heights way. And the irony is that we can't use that way at 3 stories totally and above. So there's two. This is our summary. There's 2 different ways to clean windows, and they have their own home, right? So if I bring in the reach it technique, would be that we would go up to the center, across to the corner, and down, up to the center, across to the corner, and down, and then we would come up, down, up, down. I've already cleaned that, so that's okay. If I needed to do that twice, I would go up to the corner, down, up to the center, across to the corner, and down, and then I'd go up, down, and off. What was wrong with that?
Well, if you go back and look at your body positioning,
right,
that was one window. You imagine it 50 windows later.
So I did
imagine what your back and your legs would be like.
I did like 16 squats,
yeah,
or something like that, you know, like gym workout like this, up, down, up, down, up, down.
You went up, down.
Yeah.
Cleared the sides.
Yes.
And then you did 3 more.
In the middle.
Yeah.
So 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So how would just show the principles of the Tai Chi, that slow moving thing you do every morning. You don't have to do the whole routine.
No.
The waving clouds and
the waving clouds. Yes.
So we're going to take these principles, because Eric does this every morning, to learn about his body. It's really cool. And then he's going to apply those principles to doing groundwork so that your body is safer. Now, you young guys, you'll say, doesn't matter, he's old, he doesn't, you know, like, I don't need to do that. But actually, like, every small muscle in your body is prone to repetitive motion injury. And we're passionate about avoiding that. So if you can learn from this and apply it now, then when you get older, you'll also have the ability to work without pain and enjoy your life and be flexible and things like that. So take it away, Eric.
So when Perry first done that, I noticed this particularly. It's all very well doing 1 or 2 windows and we're at a domestic home, but you imagine if this was a commercial factory where you were going along and you had a row of 60 or 70 of these.
Yes.
And you can imagine what your body's going to feel like at the
yes.
end. So you might be cleaning quickly, but you're probably having lots of rest.
Yes.
Because stretching out, etc., etc. So you're still losing time.
Yeah.
But if you just do it slowly and smoothly and effectively, so for example, Bob Hatt's the master of the squeegee.
Right.
And minimal motion and doing least strokes possible.
So this is Bob Hatt poles and blades,
poles
right?
and blades.
Yeah. So
he's a master on liquidator, accelerator, and no wasted effort and perfect results every time.
Beautiful.
So if we extrapolate that from traditional cleaning to water fed for low, not for high, for low, and you work on Bob's principle, if you went along, your body's up, and you're actually making use of the pivot.
Right.
You're not twisting your body, because your whole body is actually driving there. You're coming down and across. Note my legs are actually working as well.
Yes.
Everything's working. I'm coming down. Weakness in here, because for ground floor work, we want a straight angle adapter almost. Yes. Maybe even a little bit of negative camber.
Yes.
But
so if we had that straight, it would work.
And then I would only going to be able, I would need to go down about this far with a slightly longer pole anyway.
Yes.
And I've only come down this far.
Yes. Okay, top to bottom.
And I'm a cack hander.
Right.
So I would work left to right, ideally to be more efficient.
Yes.
So we go up to here. We're coming across. Bit of garbage there.
Yep.
Because this certainly isn't a maintenance clean.
Yes. Well, you can do it twice if you have to. So I like the idea of there being one routine with no repetitions in the routine and then going over the routine
Now,
again.
as you saw, I had the bend, but if I had a longer pole, I wouldn't have had to. So it would have been across here, down, down. And notice the hydro bar on top is actually, sorry, hydro blade on top is actually flooding the edge and washing out the edge as we come down.
Yes, yes. Come around here, Harry, and you'll see that. Have a look at how much water is coming down that edge.
See, it's flooding down, flushing down the edge.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go in and scrub.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if it floods over onto the frame because it's going to...
The frame's just going to run on the frame, it's not going to run on the glass.
9 times out of 10 it'll run on the... Now, so I finished that one, I moved to the next one, and because I'm finishing up here, I'm already moving across here, hose out of the way of course, and then we're on to the next one.
So go top to bottom, one movement. And then go back up and do it again the second time. And then don't miss any. Make sure you get the corners.
And coming down,
yeah.
And then your brush is coming back up and over what you've already done. Back up and over what you've already done. So it's continuing, that water's continuing down the glass in a single motion.
Yep.
And as you can see,
it's
still
running. Bottom corner.
Yeah. All right. Right, let's do that again.
Because we want to, otherwise somebody's going to, you know what's going to happen on Facebook, somebody's going to say that.
Yeah,
you go, yes, but you missed the bottom corner. So we go to the corners, right. Great, across, we've got a little overlap.
Coming up.
Yep.
Now, if you watch what I'm doing with the brush,
yes,
it's actually coming up on itself.
Yes.
Almost like a little circle.
Yes. And then pull it out, like exactly like a squeegee, right?
Yeah, same deal.
And that's what we love. We love that there was a time where a squeegee got invented by Ettore Sticcone, and he never knew, at the point he invented it, he wouldn't have said this is the fastest way to get a squeegee across the glass. He was probably straight pulls, then somebody worked out fanning, and then each person's come up with different ideas, and Poles and Blades has come up with this technique.
So
you know, which is a refinement of other things.
You don't necessarily have to do fanning either. You can go across.
Yes.
You almost in the principle of straight pulls.
Yes, straight pulls are from side, but there's
side to side
but
straight
from that
pulls.
Taichi thing, there's something.
That's right.
This is what I like, is that you've got
moving
some things working, your legs are doing the work. Like I'm not
and
good
you're not
at
going,
that, but
you're
I
not,
can feel it.
and you're not down here, and there's no strain on your lower back.
Yes.
Because there will be strain on your lower back after 20 or 30 of those windows.
And you're better to have that strain here and develop those than in your back. Yeah, I love it. I love it, Eric. I think it's fascinating. So much to learn, and we're only, like, we've been talking non-stop. We're probably 8-9 hours in, right? We've got 2 more hours to go, and we're just continually discovering things that belong as intellectual property for free in the industry, isn't it?
Yeah, and the thing is that after experiment that technique is definitely the way to go. It's going to be easier because it would have to be experimented. You just don't take someone's word for it.
No.
Then,
especially not people like us.
Then you fine tune the tool so that it becomes more and more efficient.
We get this angles, these angles, the length of the bristles. We'll make the brush match the technique. Once we get the feedback on the technique, everybody goes, okay, this is the technique that works, except the back bristles are coming off here, the side bristles are not doing this, the jets are not doing that. Okay, let's redesign a brush and make it work for groundwork, yeah?
Correct.
Great, sweet. Thanks, Eric.
All good.
I like that guy.